Greetings, we are Anonymous. Anonymous was born from a hacker culture which has evolved from a worldwide idea of freedom and global equality. With help of social media, Anonymous gained volume and pace and exposed the flaws of the political and financial system to more and more people. Many believe that Anonymous is focused only on issues of a national or global scale. Rest assured, we are everywhere. We are everyone. We are here for you. We have learned that Miami is at a point of choosing. The media has made you think that it is choosing a mayor. But it is much more than that. The powers that be have convinced many of you that Miami-Dade is on the right path. They have convinced you that local politics is either unfixable or unimportant. We are here to explain that it reaches far deeper than you can imagine. You have the opportunity to fix that. But first you must accept that Miami-Dade is broken. Do not believe the statistics. Do not believe the status quo. The standard of living has been lowered. Higher prices in real estate does not mean we are living better than others. 40% of the residents of Miami are spending half of their paycheck on their rent or mortgage. Most of the residents of Miami-Dade County are a paycheck away from losing their homes. Many others are living with multiple roommates or with parents. A generation disenfranchised. The residents of Miami-Dade who were born and raised here must pack their things and leave. For decades the electorate has been fooled by lofty promises in a difficult election cycle. Do not be fooled by the election year promises. Mayor Carlos Gimenez has had 6 years to launch new programs, create traffic solutions and answer to the needs of the residents. He has failed this county. 6 years ago Carlos Gimenez was elected and he promised to reduce his salary and the size of the county government. He reduced the number of departments, but kept the same amount of department heads. His new deputy mayors swelled the budget by millions due to their paychecks. Mayor Carlos Gimenez is a lifelong bureaucrat that has benefited immensely from the system. Earning 2 pensions, he has become a millionaire on the backs of the taxpayers. In a metropolitan zone that has one of the highest wealth gaps in the industrialized world. For the headlines he kept his promises, but only on the surface. The mayor's answer to your question of economic development is antiquated. His promise is of more jobs. However, he avoids bringing new higher-paying industries while his apathy has helped grind the axe for other economic generators, such as the film industry that alone generated millions and has left Miami-Dade County. If the project has not made a large contribution in his political war chest, then it is unimportant. For instance, in a time when malls are being abandoned and left as ghost landmarks in suburban America, he has promised developers to create the largest mall in America in the area with the most traffic congestion. Miami-Dade is not somewhere you can live with a minimum wage job working at a mall. Carlos Gimenez is at best a losing gambler that continues to double down with some hope of success, and at his worst, a corrupt official that has entrenched a pay-to-play system of government in County Hall. One that affects everything from our drinking water to the roads we walk every day. The Mayor's Beacon Council is an aging monolith to trickle-down economics, with the county providing it millions of dollars to create new economic engines. However, the board of directors are mostly compromised of officers from large banks, lobbying firms, and the local energy monopoly, Florida Power and Light. His opponent has made it a campaign promise to disband the Beacon Council in favor of new economic zones that will encourage businesses to move closer to where people live in the suburbs. Of note, Alexandra Villick, the publisher of the ailing Miami Herald, is also an executive officer of the Beacon Council. It is then no surprise to connect why the Miami Herald flocked to the defense of Carlos Gimenez and found his past transgressions so easily forgivable. Sometimes politicians are better suited for certain times, however he has taken his approach as a lean administrator is only skin deep. Billions of dollars have been awarded to a company that hired the mayor's former driver and current campaign employee, lobbyist Ralph Garcia Toledo. The mayor has also entrenched himself with both the Democratic Party and Republican Party by having his sons work for or represent Donald Trump and former Obama White House officials. The family and friends are directly benefiting from the Miami taxpayers. He has aggressively tried to privatize every county operation, from prisons, to our water, and even the transportation system. The county government is under constant scrutiny or mandates by the Department of Justice, Environmental Protection Agency, federal grant claims, and union lawsuits. He blames the same bloat he created while offering companies who have donated to his campaign the county services contracts. For $50,000 you too can be a millionaire if you choose to help Carlos Gimenez. In other years he has tried to plug the holes in the budget by killing libraries or by using the funds that were slated to build new transit solutions. Statistics are easy to manipulate and even easier to write about. He has also left many trails for the inquisitive and truth-seeking mind to follow. The mayor says crime is down, but the horrible deaths of children and assault on women are on the rise. Gun violence is a common occurrence on the streets of Miami. Unfortunately, so many of the representatives of the African American community have short memories or can simply be bought, with either money or with influence. African Americans are being targeted nationwide by police. But in Miami-Dade there is a dire need of more police. When pressed on the issue of gun violence, he was quoted as saying, "People die in Miami-Dade every day." The mayor's response to the county's woeful affordable housing is the new Liberty Square project. The $300 million project was awarded to the Related Group, one of Carlos Gimenez's top donors. The redevelopment has promised to allow current residents to return. But first it will move them to other remote parts of the county, far away from their life and adding hours to their commute to work. This has happened before with other county public housing developments. The greatest threat looming is the one that was ignored the most. Since Carlos Gimenez has been elected, there have been 3 task force committees appointed to tackle the very real threat of sea level rise, each with their own set of recommendations. Until last year, due to public outcry, the mayor has ignored every one of the recommendations. He has only approved one, which was to hire a liaison to sea level rise. A common misconception is that sea level rise will affect the costs. However, Miami's unique geography will have the waters rising from beneath the limestone. This will create sunny day flooding in low-lying areas in as little as 15 years. Miami-Dade County is spending billions on updating its water and sewer plans, however has no plan to connect the over 40% of homes that have a septic tank. As the waters rise, they too will raise the septic systems. The Liberty Square redevelopment will become prime real estate, as that predominantly African American neighborhood is one of the highest points of Miami-Dade County, leaving them vulnerable to gentrification. When given the opportunity to hear the electorate, the mayor has chosen to ignore them. Most notable with the infamous Pets Trust vote. In 2012, 500,000 voters supported the Pets Trust. This non-binding straw vote ensured that Miami-Dade County would stop killing animals in its shelters by raising taxes an extra $15. However, Carlos Gimenez dismissed the vote by stating that the electorate does not know what they are voting for. When the costs of tolls were raised by billions of dollars, Gimenez stayed silent, knowing that the extra revenue will help his coffers. Blaming it on the toll agency was an easy scapegoat. But public outcry championed by the mayor would have stopped the increase. There has been many criticism of his opponent, Raquel Regalado, some valid. Others, an excuse. An excuse to stay with what we know, what we are used to. Her unorthodox lawsuits have saved taxpayers millions of dollars. Her drive in the school board to modernize and update policy has ensured that our children will not have their private biometric data sold. She attempted to broker a deal with the Beckham Stadium only to have it fall apart due to Gimenez sabotaging it. She restructured the school buses' routes, and created new special needs programs. The media has tried to use her strengths against her. Do not be fooled in thinking that she is the establishment. She is a fighter and has shown that her agenda is a positive change for the people. We prefer to tip our hat to a fighter for the rights of people, the rights of humanity, as opposed to the next dollar. Over $6 million was used against her in this campaign in an attempt to keep the Gimenez money machine greased and rolling. A record for South Florida. Look around you as you wait for 20 minutes to pass 2 blocks in traffic. When you pay $20 to drive to work. As the flood waters continue to rise in your neighborhood. The mayor is preying on our complacency with our everyday life. We shouldn't be happy with what we have. The corruption has gone to the highest level of County Hall, and we are given a choice. We deserve better. While we do not endorse the bureaucracy of politics, we do embrace the need for change. We are not so blind as to think that we can change the ideals of political leaders set in their ways, and stained in greed. We do, however, embrace those individuals that we believe can enact change in a positive way for the people. The people have always been, and always will be what matter to us. We are not your enemy. We also do not choose. You choose, and we will always provide you with the facts in which to make a decision from. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.